All right, today's topic is crypto whales and what they are, how they affect the market, and do they actually manipulate the market? Because that's always been speculation. So basically, a crypto whale or whale in any market is someone that just owns a large amount of that coin or just has a lot of money where they can influence the price of a coin, a market, in either direction because the amount that they're using to trade with just has so much leverage and so much buyer sell pressure in one direction. So, Nick, you've been in the game longer than me. What's your opinion or thoughts on whales?
Yeah, whales definitely exist in the cryptocurrency space. And compared to traditional markets, the amount of liquidity that is in the market, the cryptocurrency market, is less than traditional markets. And what liquidity is the amount of, at any given time on any market, there's a number of buyers and sellers. And there's the amount of money on the buy and sell side, like open market orders at any given time is out there is the liquidity in the market. So a whale can come in and either buy or sell. We can use Bitcoin as an example. If they want to drive the price up, they can come in with a several $1 million order, and just the dynamics of supply and demand will take place. And you can drive the price up by buying a bunch of Bitcoin. You can dump the price by selling a bunch of Bitcoin. And what I believe these whales do in the market is they'll go into a futures exchange and place a leverage trade like 5x, maybe 10x, depending on how confident they are in their ability to manipulate the market. They could go out there and short Bitcoin on a futures trade. We just talked about futures in our last video. Say a 5x short. Then they can go take their $5 million or $10 million, however much they have, and just dump their Bitcoin, drive the price down on several exchanges, take advantage of that price fluctuation in the futures because they're leveraged, make money on that end. Then they can flip their position long because they know exactly when the market's going to turn around because they're the biggest player. Go long 5x, 10x, and then buy all their Bitcoin back up. And I almost like they call these like the Bart Simpson chart pattern. I don't know if you have heard of that. It's basically where a whale will drive the price up. Everyone thinks it's going to be a bull flag because it's a significant price move up. Starts consolidating around that price area, and then they give that little bit of time of the Bart Simpson head like this. So basically, the price will go up, Bart Simpson head, and then that gives them time to flip their position to short, and then boom, they dump, or they can do it the reverse. So yeah, whales can manipulate the market, especially with cryptocurrency with the liquidity out there is lower.
Yeah, I've always heard the rumors and speculation on whales and how they can manipulate. I didn't really know the whole strategy there, but it's definitely a thing. Like, there's some big players out there who just own, maybe they have a lot of money, or maybe they own a large amount of Bitcoin, or they have a large amount of a certain coin, you know, and they can manipulate the market. I think some of, so for example, one of the coins that there's some large whales is Dogecoin. I think there's like four, five, six, whatever it is, like it's a small number of wallets that own the most amount of Dogecoin.
You call it Dogecoin? I thought it was Dogecoin.
I think it's
Well,
maybe it's dog.
anyone can
dog
say
coin.
whatever they want, but I like calling it Doge. But
Anyway,
yeah, go ahead,
a
Rob.
couple of wallets or wallet addresses own the largest amount of Dogecoin. That if one of them or all of them were to sell, it would eventually, or it would just like absolutely nuke the price. The other thing is with Bitcoin, there's a lot of whale wallets out there. So we know, for example, a company like MicroStrategy, Tesla, like they own billions of dollars of Bitcoin. So it's a good and a bad thing because I remember specifically when Tesla announced that they bought Bitcoin and the price was like in the 30,000 range, something like that. And that's what sent it over the 40,000 range. And then we eventually climbed higher to like 50,000 and whatnot. So that buy caused a lot of excitement in the market and it drove things higher. And then you have MicroStrategy, which is just this fund that just keeps buying and buying and buying and accumulating Bitcoin. But the problem is with that they're not going to hold forever. These are public companies. They're eventually going to sell to make profit. So when you become the biggest player in town and you're a whale, you can manipulate the market, and that's where the whole part of like decentralization kind of like we lose the decentralization if like too many big players own one big crypto. So that's kind of like playing devil's advocate there.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, whales, yes, they can manipulate the prices short term, but there's not whales out there big enough to manipulate the prices long term. That's why, like we always say on this channel, like the best thing for an investor to do is to buy a project that they love, hold it long term. Don't try to day trade the daily moves, because if you're a smaller player in this game, you're not going to be able to manipulate the price in favor of where you want the price to go. However, if you are invested in a project that you think is going to grow long term, that's how you can take advantage of that. And just like the whales, they're going to play their games. They always have, and they'll continue to do it. And it's even more difficult to control whales in the crypto space because it's decentralized. It's a very difficult space to regulate. You just got to realize that they're out there and play the long game. Recognize the longer term cycles. The whales can't manipulate the long term cycle. That's like that's just what I want to tell the viewers, like right there. Just that's why it's so much better to not try to play the shorter game. It's better to play the long game. To just That's how you get the advantage over the whale, because they can't do it like on the longer term cycles.
Did you ever hear of the whale Bogdanov?
Bogdanov, the twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they both recently passed away.
They got the flu.
They got the
Can't say the forbidden flu. But yeah, they're gone. But rumor still has it that they're still manipulating the market.
That's very interesting to hear,
If you
Rob.
don't know who Bogdanov is, you gotta. Uh,
I've seen some very interesting memes with Bogdanov. Yeah,
Basically,
definitely.
they made a meme of these two twins that are like they're like memes in themselves because they've had so much plastic surgery. But someone made a meme about it and that took off. So that anytime there's like talk of manipulation in the market, it always comes back to this meme of them like getting the phone call where like the guy just bought and then they dumped the market on them. So if you haven't seen that one, you gotta check it out. It's classic.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Rob. If you don't have anything else to say about whales, I think we did a good. We basically talked about like what a whale is, how they use their power to manipulate the markets, and also like how you as a smaller player in the market can actually take advantage of it, because you know that they're never going to be able to control the markets on the longer term. Yeah, that's just what you got to do. Have some patience, play the long game.
That's right. All right, good stuff. We'll wrap it up there.
We'll wrap it up. See you guys later.